Hello everyone, I'm Andrew, and thank you for giving me 5 minutes to present. So, during my social media internship at DBL Arena, I became familiar with a question that looks simple but is difficult to answer properly. So, we could see which posts received views, likes, or comments. And what was less visible was what DBL should learn from those results and whether the content improved the event experience and whether the same approach should be used again. And that is the problem behind my proposal, the DPL polls. So, DPL Indonesia is unusual because its audience is rarely just an audience. Someone watching a reel may also be a student athlete, a classmate, supporting a school, a parent, an alumnus, or also a future visitor. And a match continues beyond the court through live streams, short videos, photographs, comments, sponsored activity, and also the app DPL Play. Each channel supplies useful data, but separate platform reports do not automatically produce one clear organizational picture. And DBL Pulse is a 12-week audience intelligence and content learning pilot for one event cycle. It is deliberately small, and I am not proposing a new app or an expensive analytics platform. So the pilot has four parts. So a dashboard will combine a limited set of social media and event measures. A content taxonomy will record what each post was trying to do and who it was for and what action itself. So experiment register will capture what the team tested and what should change next time. And the system will also include checks for consent, accessibility, representation, moderation, and data access. So the aim is to move from platform numbers through interpretation to a decision. A scheduled post may not earn many likes, but it can reduce uncertainty and help people attend. A crowd video may generate high reach, yet say little about service quality inside the arena. So comments about queues, access, cleanliness, or crowd conduct should be routed to event operations instead of remaining in the social media report. Okay. So the project offers four forms of value. It should reduce time spent assembling reports and make handover clearer. It can help DBL match content to different audience needs. So it gives leaderships evidence about which decisions changed. It also strengthens the responsible practice. And many DBL participants are young people, so high engagement cannot justify unclear consent. So invasive data collection or content that turns defeat, injury, or distress into entertainment. So the pilot will begin with 2 weeks of staff interviews, data mapping, and baseline measurement. Week 3 and 4 will be used to build and test the prototype, and then the system will then run during one campaign from weeks 5 to 10, and with no more than one structured content experiment each week. The final 2 weeks will compare the result with the baseline and produce one of the three recommendations. So stop, revise, or scale. I will measure reporting time, completion of content records, meaningful audience actions such as saves, shares, and information clicks. Staff use of the insight, representation across participants, and any moderation or safeguarding incidents. A possible target is a 20% reduction in reporting time, but final targets should be set only after the baseline is known. So there are also reasons to proceed carefully, like staff may gain visible metrics, popular schools may receive even more coverage because they already perform well. Manual tagging may add work during a demanding event period. Data about young people may be collected without a clear purpose. So the controls are practical. balanced measures, limited requiring fields, graded data, role-based access, active moderation, representation review, and a clear route for removal requests. The pilot should exclude facial recognition, profiling of minors, and automated high-stakes decision. So my request is specific. So approve DBL polls for one event cycle, appoint an executive sponsor and cross-functional project owner, and require a formal decision at week 12. So DBL does not need to commit to a large technology project. It needs enough disciplined evidence to decide whether a better learning system will improve content, venue operations, and the experience of the young people at the center of DBL. That's all for today. Thank you.